So I just got finished watching this video, Vibe Coding is Dead, and I just want to talk about what is wrong, what has not been mentioned in this video that's like super important. So the first thing people are talking about is that Lovable is dead, it's going down and stuff like this. But like that's the wrong focus here. The right focus here is that it went up in this case. That's like what everybody gets wrong with like viral videos. It goes way up, and then the next day they have no traffic, and then they're like, oh my god, our business is gone. It's like, no, there was marketing done, there was people just found out about it. It does not mean that everything is dead, that it's all over here. So what happened here? Why are there big spikes here? Why are the people growing and using Lovable during this time? Well, I am a vibe coder and a user, and basically they had marketing events. Like I remember they had every single weekend in June, I think it was, they had free access. So you could just use Lovable for free every weekend. I built tons of stuff. I just spent all my weekends going to Lovable like 10-20 times a day just because it was free. We also had the Bolt.new hackathon. I was spending Monday to Friday every single day using Bolt. The other thing to mention here is just website visits. That doesn't really mean anything in regards to how many people are building and using these tools. Like how many paying customers the Lovable have. I'm sure that their income graph is much more like this. The same with Bolt, Replit. I haven't heard too much about V0 recently, and I know these guys are making hundreds of millions of dollars. So these tools are also getting much better. They've launched a ton of new updates, adding database and all these things so people can just use them, and they're just getting better and better all the time. So why the downfall? Well, I mean, I guess maybe they ran out of marketing ideas or marketing events. They were doing really what we were thinking about more is like, why were they doing so well up here? How did they grow so much in such a short amount of time? And we'll talk about that in a minute. The second reason why we might see some of them traffic going down is more competition. There are tons and tons of new apps all competing for the same people who are trying to get into AI coding. One of the tools is Base 44, and they have 20 million views on this video. This is an ad, okay? It's not a real video. I mean, it is a real video, but they're paying for this traffic here. All of this traffic is coming from paid ads. So they're spending a ton of money. They were bought over by Wix, so they have so much money to spend on ads, on YouTube ads. Here's another one, 57 million views. 6.4 million views. This is all coming from paid traffic. Another one that came along is Leap.new. Oh, there I am. Look at me. And another one is Mocha. And again, they are probably paying for paid ads here. The one point I do agree with most is the novelty factor. So there is definitely a novelty factor here that people all want to try out these tools, right? And I mean, that's every single AI tool right now. Is everyone wants to try and get that edge, try and use the new tool. So people are interested. Oh, wow, I can code. But of course, they do find that coding, AI is great at coding, but there's tons of other stuff that AI that you need to do to get a product out the door, right? You have to figure out the whole database, all that stuff. So they tried these tools and they're like, oh, this isn't working so well, or they got errors and gave up. So unfortunately, that is the case, that many people do give up. Sometimes I don't understand how people are having such difficulty using these tools. They're quite easy to use, in my opinion. And I don't know how to develop, I don't know how to code, but I'm able to make products. Of course, the other thing is you can have a product or a website and nobody is going to it because you just published it, and then you sent a LinkedIn and said, oh, look what I made in Lovable. And yeah, there's nobody going to go buy that because you just probably got 10 views or something. You need consistent marketing if you want to build an app that's just like and make money. That's just what you got to do. I know myself, it's hard because also the novelty factor is that you can build way more things. So it's like, I could build this, I can build that. There's another idea. There's something else I can create with AI code. And yeah, I mean, that's the biggest struggle right now, is just to build one and focus and market the hell out of it. But yeah, that is something that is tricky. That is the point that I agree with. There is a novelty effect, but I don't know too much about the GoPro or anything like that. I'm not into that, so I don't really get that metaphor that Theo is mentioning here. So I don't know. I just think that these tools are getting better, right? Bolt now has Claude Code integrated as the main agent, so it's going off and doing tons of things. It makes it super powerful. I think these tools are only going to increase in value as newbies, people who just find out about these. And people are on my channel commenting is like, oh, how can I build a website? Which tool should I use out of these? And it's like, any of these tools are fine. So also, I get a lot of comments from developers that maybe more developers will watch this video about how, yeah, you can't do everything with these tools, and yeah, maybe you don't need to do everything. Have you thought about that? Maybe you don't need to do everything. The vast majority of people using these tools are entrepreneurs. They want to be entrepreneurs. They don't want to be software developers. Your software developing job is fine. It's safe. People will always need like code. You just need to go up a level. That's what I always say. Like, I used to be a blogger, right? So just writing blog posts. But then you need to learn how to do blogging. You need to learn how to do video. You need to do and learn how to do WordPress, build websites. All of this stuff increases your value. And it's the same thing when AI comes along and gets really good at your job. Like, for example, blogging, it's pretty good at writing blog posts. If you only type out code, then it's like you need to go up a level in the value chain. You need to figure out how to create full scale apps, do all the architecture, all that stuff that is hard, connect APIs, all this stuff that, an AI tool can't really do by itself. It's just too complicated. And yeah, so you just need to know how to fix people's websites who give up, these entrepreneurs. Get in touch with as many of these entrepreneurs as possible, because they'll be like, I tried Lovable, it didn't work for me. But just keep going and try to have a more holistic view of how an app is built, and I think you will be fine. But just think about it. I think a lot of people think these tools are competing with software developers. They're not. These tools are being used by entrepreneurs, by workers who never coded before and now can do things that they couldn't do before, and there's tons and tons of opportunity there. Sometimes it doesn't work and they kind of get disheartened, and maybe that's some part of the drop off. I don't think so. I think it was just a marketing event that got tons of hype. We're living in the biggest AI hype ever. Like, it's just probably one of the biggest hype cycles ever. It's bigger than crypto. In my opinion, AI is on every single news story. Okay, so that's why I think vibe coding is definitely not dead. It's here to stay, and there is tons and tons of opportunity. So yeah, I don't really take that on board that Lovable and Bolt and these tools are dying. I doubt it very much. I'm not an investor or sponsored by Lovable or Bolt or anything, not yet. Hopefully someday they will. But yeah, that's all I got for you in this video. I think vibe coding is definitely not dead. Subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Thank you.